Man, we got some nuts stuff again to talk about in this video. This is Tony. Hope you're all doing well. This is not going to be anything related to my other video I put out today. This is kind of crazy, some of the stuff I'm going to show you. We got Lindsey Graham at Disney World. We'll get into that. We got Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome at the No Kings protest. We'll get into that. We got a comedian with Joe Rogan. We got some weird stuff going on in the sky. It reminded me of the movie War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise, which I recently resaw like a week ago. I'm not joking. Like, if you remember the movie, I don't know if you remember or not, but in the movie, like, there's a cloud and there's all this electricity coming off the cloud and people are like, oh, that's crazy looking. So Tom Cruise goes in the backyard to get a better look at it. They're like, man, that electricity is just hitting the ground everywhere. Like, what the hell's going on with this cloud? Right? And then they find out it's not a cloud. There's like some spaceship in the cloud doing this, and it's actually shooting electricity into the ground where there's these like alien machines that come out of the ground, right? Not saying that's what's happening in these videos, but we do have some very bizarre clouds with tons of electricity going wild, and actually some of the electricity is red. And I'm like, what? Red lightning bolts inside clouds. And then one is in Dubai, which is not the red one. Where's the one that's red? I don't even know where this was. This is weird, dude. I don't even know where this is. I'll have to look and we'll figure it out. We got some crazy stuff. I mean, this stuff looks crazy, but I'm going to show you. Anyway, I'll show you that in a little bit. We got some other weird islands discovered. We're talking Antarctica. We got a bunch of stuff. All right, we got a lot of crazy stuff. Let's just get going here. We'll start with Lindsey Graham at Disney World alone, apparently, during the government shutdown. Full sleeves, 80-degree heat. No kids, no spouse, holding a bubble wand. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Wow. Must be a real lover of Disney, I guess. I don't know what's going on with the bubble wand. Oh, my goodness, at heart, he's just a Disney lover. I guess that's what it is. Lindsey Graham has been walking around Disney World, dining with Mickey, riding Space Mountain. I like that one. Staying there from Friday through Sunday, no spouse, no kids, fully covered, 80-degree Florida heat, holding a bubble wand, multiple days at the park, let that sink in. Okay, while the government stalls, this is a visual. So it's also, he was caught with some other woman too. This is kind of interesting. Let's turn off the music and let's back it up. So he is hanging out with people at the park. He's got some woman he's dining with right here. You can see he's dining with some lady. And, oh yeah, there you go. So, of course, I mean, obviously, that's just, you know how the world is. You got to talk about weird stuff. There's one weird thing right there. We got, of course, also comedian Dave Smith went on Joe Rogan podcast episode 2474, where he either lied or spread of course, information about the conflict in Iran. This is what this guy's saying. Oh, this is Ryan McBeth. I remember this dude. He's on YouTube. I remember this guy. He's kind of cringe, right? Like, there is actually some relevant points to both sides of the argument on Iran, though. I'm not gonna lie about that. But this guy's kind of annoying. I remember this dude. I think he claims to be like some military guy or something, doesn't he? I'm trying to remember what he is. Yeah, like Intel. Like, he used to be one of those intelligence officers or something. What was he? Intel analyst. That's what he was. Cybersecurity guy. That's who I am. I'm Ryan McBeth or whatever. Yeah, so this guy, he's had some cringe takes on things in the past. I remember that guy. So apparently he doesn't like what Dave had to say. What's going on with Dave?
Comedian Dave Smith is lying about Iran, and if he's not lying, he is incredibly misinformed.
Okay, let's try this.
Dave Smith is lying about Iran, and if he's not lying, he is incredibly misinformed.
Okay, what did he do? What did he say? What did he say that was so terrible?
5 little girls.
Okay, let's try this. Let's see what he said.
Because it turns out when you kill 165 little girls, that doesn't make a country go, we love you. Thank you.
So this likely refers to the strike on the girls' elementary school in Minhab, Hormuzgan.
Oh my goodness, are we still talking about this? You can sit here all day and defend what some of the bad things they've done. Goodness, bro. I mean, the problem is that you really can't explain this stuff away.
And there have been a few casualty figures tossed about.
Yeah, exactly. You can't explain it away. Just like I said, you can't explain it away. They screwed up, or they did it. Well, some say they did it on purpose, but I mean, the fact is they're very, very careless with how they do stuff, particularly with war. And this is why I don't like them partnering with us with Iran, because particularly if we're not the one taking the lead. Because if Trump's taking lead, I think it's going to go okay. But if he's taking orders or allowing, what's his name, prime minister to do whatever the hell he wants, we're going to be there for years. See what I mean? That's the problem. That's my concern about the whole thing. And so I'm maybe not all on board with Dave Smith, but I'm definitely not on the other side saying, yeah, let's just keep doing it. I want it over as quick as possible. I want it to be on our terms, not some other country's terms. End of story. I'm sick and tired of all hearing these accidental whoop casualties. Oh, whoops, we hit a hospital. Whoops, we hit a school. No, there's no whoops, okay? You guys need to pay. Look, you should be held liable for all that stuff. Every time you do that stuff, you can't just say whoops. You should be held liable. There should be people being put behind bars for that stuff. Straight up. We need to start holding criminals accountable, okay? We got the files. We got the island. How about we hold some of those criminals accountable? And by the way, we have clavicular. This just came out. This is from the Florida Attorney General. Okay, let me just show you this really quickly. Florida Attorney General reveals influencer clavicular could face a lot of time behind bars for viral video of him shooting an alligator. Florida AG James Othmeyer. He's been arrested. Our Fish and Wildlife Commission is deeply involved. This looks like a serious offense at the end of the day. It could land him a lot of time behind bars. And so, look, I'm not a fan of clavicular. All right. I've made jokes about him and stuff like that online. The fact is, look, okay, the guy, he's got his issues. He takes meth just to stay thin. He does a lot. He takes a lot of weird stuff. It's just, he takes peptides. He hits his jaw with a hammer to make it more pronounced. You know, it's just kind of a weird stuff they do to make themselves look more alpha male or whatever. This guy was shooting a dead alligator. The alligator was upside down, belly up, clearly dead, and they unloaded their guns into a dead alligator. And in the meantime, we have thousands of politicians, billionaires, Hollywood celebrities all going to an island doing very obvious crimes, super obvious crimes. Not one of them gets prosecuted here in America other than Jeffrey and his sidekick Ghislaine or whatever. That's about it. And there's been like a few in other countries. There's like 5 or 6 in other countries or something like that. No one else here. Yet for some reason, a dude shoots a dead alligator and he's going to get a lot of time behind bars while people are doing really, really nasty stuff on an island and no one's getting arrested whatsoever. It's a joke.
Who was caught shooting one on a fan boat.
Dude, it's super obvious. They literally say in the footage, there's a dead alligator and it's upside down. I mean, you got to be retarded not to see this. It's not rocket science. Let me show you. I mean, it's so dumb. I mean, it's really super obvious. Oh, we got to deeply investigate this. But we won't investigate those files, though. We'll deeply investigate a dead alligator gets shot by guns. So dumb, dude. It just shows you how retarded our government is. They don't do jack anything. And like I said, I'm not even a fan of the guy. I don't even care. The guy's, like I said, he's no good. I think he's dumb. But here we go. Let me just show you this. Look, it's a dead alligator. They even said dead alligator when they're talking. Look, watch this. Let me just play this. Let's pull it up. You can see it for yourself. Not rocket science. Okay, let's pull this up. Dead alligator, upside down. Not rocket science.
We should shoot it. Is it dead? So can we shoot it? Just one? We just dump it? Yeah, can we dump it around into it? Well, let's just test it. Let's test it.
They even said, is it dead? It's clearly dead. Look at it. I don't know about you, but alligators upside down usually means they're dead, right? If I remember correctly, let's see. If an alligator is floating upside down, is it dead? Likely. It's such a stupid question. Yes, an alligator floating upside down is highly likely to be dead or severely distressed. Okay, while they can manipulate their buoyancy, a sustained limp upside-down float is a common sign of a dead alligator, often accompanied by bloating. The thing looked like it was bloated too. Gal, this is what's wrong with our government. It takes you 2 seconds to figure out the obvious. And they won't even do something obvious like prosecute really evil people doing bad things on an island. Oh, because your friends are there. Your friends are... So, rules for thee, for you and I, but not for them, right? Sorry, rules for thee, not for me. You know what I'm saying. Obviously, ridiculous, stupid, but that's our world that we live in these days. We have the No Kings protest. This is kind of interesting. We have sort of the positives and negatives of it. We have Lady Liberty being arrested. Don't think there's a better image of out there to represent what is currently happening in America. I think this cop looks kind of happy. He's like, "Oh yeah, dude. I don't know." But that's not it, of course. That's not it, because you also have Mad Max at Thunderdome. Beyond Thunderdome, they're at the No Kings protest. We'll get into that in a minute. It's pretty hilarious, actually. But first, I got to mention food supply, 25-year shelf life. Link is in the description. You're going to definitely want to get this if you have not already. They have 3 months for $7.97. Go check it out. They also have other options. Just click this link if you want other options. And they got lots of other ones available. Even $35 for like 3 days worth. $3,000 for a year's worth. Go check it out. Link is in the description. Also, we got the investment opportunity. Noah VR if you want to get involved. $400 to get a seat. We have an angel investor. We actually have 3 of them that are interested in giving us money. We're talking big companies, big Christian companies out there. Some of the big, like one of them is one of the biggest ones out there. You know the name. I'm not going to say their name though. But there's 3 of them that want to potentially give us money, and they're not even asking for anything in return. Really, it's kind of hard to explain, but they're not getting anything profit-wise if we succeed. Okay, and you guys though can get profit. By putting $400 in to get a seat of the 700, you get 33% of Noah VR profits. If you take a seat for $400, link is in the description for that. Lost Ways, how your great-great-grandfather lived without electricity. Go check that out as well. $37, get the printed version. We got lots of insanity going on. I've already shown some of that all over the last few days. Actually, all the last few years, actually. Here we have what's going on at the No Kings protest in Atlanta against our president and his administration right now. And I generally can't tell if this is a protest or the villain casting call for a low-budget Marvel movie. I was thinking Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, revisited. Right here we go. You got this guy, or no, this is actually a girl, if I remember correctly. Girl in a wheelchair here with a tire around the center there. Kind of weird. Let's play this real quick.
No Kings. What does No Kings protest mean?
You know, I think it means that the Dow is over 50,000. So that's what we should be paying attention to right now, okay? But really,
I actually agree with her on that one. Pam Bondi really stepped in with that.
we're sick and tired of this administration and all the wrongs that they're doing. It makes us sick. Most American people feel the same way. We need to take to the streets and do.
And this is a problem. Look, you know, they could have avoided some of this very easily. Our president allowed Pam Bondi, some of these people, to make really dumb moves that makes them look really terrible and gives more fuel to the fire for these protests.
Something about it. We're out here making fun of these insane people that currently have power in the White House because you have to clown fascists. They hate it. It hurts their ego, and it gets people going.
Here in Atlanta, it's happening nationwide. No.
Oh my goodness. We have actually some people making some funny videos out of this. Mad Max, here we go. Let's play this. I have to stop the music. I don't know if there's... Oh my goodness, McDonald's. We got to get to McDonald's. Mecca. It's Mecca there. McDonald's. Yes. Look at her. She's awesome. All right, there you go. So I never thought about using a tire to cover yourself up like that. Is that an inner tube or something? What the hell's going on there, dude? Oh my goodness, what are you doing? That is not right. Okay, that's weird. At any rate, so obviously I would really like to see those files be resolved, people getting arrested. That is one of the biggest mistakes so far that his administration's done. On top of what's going on with Iran, if they finish this up, okay, I'm fine with it. But if this thing keeps going forever, that's going to be a huge mistake as well. At any rate, getting on to some of the weird stuff I was talking about. We have some strange things going on in the sky over various places. Where in the hell is this? Actually, this guy asked Grok where it is. Where is it at? Grok doesn't answer. Goodness gracious, Grok didn't know the answer to it. Where is this? I might be able to figure it out later, but let me just show you. So there's some weird stuff going on here. And actually, I think I might know what it is. Okay, let's back this up. This is sprites and elves, I think. But it doesn't look right because, okay, look, sprites and elves are usually at 100 kilometers at the Kármán line. And they would shoot down to Earth like this. And they're kind of a rare event. I've shown it before. I actually had an interesting, let me show you that. I had an interesting picture of this that I've shown before, a really cool one. Sprites, okay, sprites and halo from space. This is a pretty cool picture. Let's see if we can get a picture of this going here. All right. So this is what they're claiming it is. They're claiming it's like a halo. Let's see if I can get this picture on here so it looks cool and big. Oh my goodness, what is that? Okay. You can see there a halo up to there's the Kármán line. And let's see here. There's better ones than that even. And it has sort of a look like this. When it hits, it makes a halo. It makes a halo at the Kármán line. Like there's something at the Kármán line, which is what I've been saying for years. There's some sort of weird barrier there because the heat changes drastically as it goes higher than the Kármán line into space. Massively changes. The temperature massively. I've talked about that numerous times in the past. But this is what they're claiming it is. It's one of these sprites and elves at the Kármán line. The thing is, though, it doesn't look like it's that high up. That's why it looks like it's just in the clouds, right? And that's numerous. That's not like one. That's numerous. That is crazy looking. And like I said, there's actually a scene in War of the Worlds. And I'm going to show you another one that looks insane. This is there's one from Dubai and Qatar. Absolutely insane. Looks like AI. I'm going to show you in a second here. Totally crazy looking. But I wanted to show you this scene from War of the Worlds. It looks very similar to the other one I'm going to show you in a minute. War of the Worlds, lightning. Yeah, here we are. This has got Tom Cruise in it. I just saw this the other day. This is from many years ago. Yeah, here we are. This is the movie. Okay, so he goes in the backyard.
That is weird.
Okay, yeah.
That's enough weather for me. I want to go by myself.
So it just starts shooting lightning like crazy. Okay, I don't want to show anymore. I don't want to get no copyright on it. Now check this out. This is not AI. This has been confirmed. This is a real video. Okay, this is from Dubai. I showed this on my other channel. This is nuts, dude. This is straight up crazy looking. And this is real. This is not fake. This is real. Look at this lightning. Near the Burj Khalifa, you can see the shadow in the background of the Burj Khalifa. And look at this like fog or whatever the hell that is coming in like that. Isn't that crazy looking? This is real, man. You see the Burj Khalifa right there. Now, of course, some people are mentioning about the fact that we saw this a year or two ago. Also, in the same city, they were doing too much weather, of course, modification, and it went crazy. Maybe that's what happened here too. They did too much again, and it went nuts. And as you can see here, and then you got another one here in Dubai. No, this is Qatar. The other one was Dubai. This is Qatar. This one's kind of weird too, because it reminded me of the movie War of the Worlds, where all the lightning's inside the cloud. All right. It's kind of weird looking too. So we're seeing a lot of weird stuff like this of recent, on top of these weird orbs that were in Iran also Israel, also in America, in Ohio, Texas, and other places. These, people are saying they look like fire, of course, balls, things like this. The thing is, though, there was a prediction, I played it already on a previous video, a guy from 2012 saying we would literally have this exact war we're having currently, and we're going to start seeing these orbs, which we've already started seeing. And he says in April, it's going to go crazy, which we're almost to April. So I guess we'll see what happens with that. Then we got this here. Apparently, I didn't know that this was the case, but apparently there's a certain island in Antarctica called Rothschilds. Did you know that? That's kind of weird. I didn't know that was it. I didn't know that existed. And apparently, look what Nathaniel is tweeting out. The end is near. We had a lot of people, politicians, U.S. commanders, 30 of them, saying that we're entering into Armageddon. You got Nathaniel here saying the end is near. Yeah, it's looking kind of weird. It's looking really weird. We have this as well. This is an interesting one. I like this. Okay, this has to do with the Bible itself. All right. The idea comes from theories, not history. While one member of the Rothschild family helped fund early settlements in the 1800s, we're talking, the country of Israel. The modern state was established through a certain movement, British policy, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay, dude, whatever. We obviously know that they took a part in it. A single family didn't create it. Of course, a single family didn't create it, dude. The entire point is that they were a big instrument behind it. Now, here we have him basically reacting to this woman here. And what she's saying here is very interesting because I discovered this myself some years ago, the Schofield Bible. And this is basically where we get the whole Tim LaHaye left behind theology that's in most churches these days. What's so amazing about it is usually you would just assume Protestants believe this type of stuff, but actually I've even seen Catholics and Orthodox just buy Hollywood, all these movies like Left Behind and stuff. They believe it themselves. Like they're not even taught it and they believe it. So it's like it's very pervasive and it's everywhere. This whole idea of like Left Behind is the actual litmus test, totally what Revelation's saying. And it also invokes your desire or sort of like invokes this idea that you need to support that country in the Middle East as well. And so that's a big factor to the whole thing. And that some are saying, and actually it wasn't the Rothschild family that funded this, by the way. They did not fund it. But there was a man who was, of course, Jewish that did fund it. I'm trying to remember his name. I actually covered this on a post on X. It's like Usherman or something is his last name. He was like a businessman. He was a real estate guy. He actually bailed one of our presidents out. I think it was Woodrow Wilson. He bailed Woodrow Wilson out of a very bad situation where a woman wanted a bunch of money, or she was going to rat him out for cheating on his wife. That's basically what it was. And so he needed to get $40,000, which back then $40,000 would be a lot of money today. It'd probably be like millions or something. He didn't have it. And so this guy gave him that money. So he's also the one that gave the money to this project, the Schofield. And so, there is some interesting stuff to the whole thing. I've covered it before in the past. At any rate, that's my video. Kind of what some of you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. And thanks for watching.